Hello, my name is Tom Stiles, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show number 303. Well, here I have my Grundig G2 Reporter shortwave, AM, FM shortwave radio. And I've been trying to do the part 2 of my review of this. I did part 1 several shows ago, and I haven't gotten to part 2, which is a reception report, because the band conditions for shortwave have just been terrible. I've had a few days where the band conditions were pretty good, but by the time I get everything set up, they were bad again. So they're fair today, and it's it's almost 9 o'clock in the morning on the east coast of Florida. So not the best time to be listening to shortwave, but usually the mid bands are not too bad if anything is any good. So I'm going to attempt to do a reception report. I did a little bit of testing a few minutes ago, and I could get some stations, but it wasn't fantastic. So I just want to get you some reception reports on this radio so I can kind of close the books on this radio, whether it's a thumbs up or a thumbs down. And you can go back to my other show and see the features and look and feel and all that stuff on this radio, which was pretty good, pretty good. Okay, we're going to turn the radio up right now. Let's see, volume. And sure enough, the station I had is very weak. Now, granted, I'm only using the internal antenna. And right now, let me turn this down so you can hear me. Not that sure you want to. I was tuned to Radio Australia, and it was coming in fairly decent for, using the internal antenna and in the environment of my office, which is pretty noisy. Now, I've got my Grundig 750 turned on, same frequency, and it's connected to my external antenna, and let's see if it's doing any good. Yes, it is. Kind of noisy, but it's intelligible. Again, that's Radio Australia. Let's go back and turn the volume back up on this one and see if he's completely gone. He was there before. Straight it around. There, really weak, noise levels high, not making it. Let's try WWV at 10 megahertz. That'll help if I knew how to type it in. Too many zeros. Okay, there's WWV at 10 megahertz. Not as noisy background noise, but I don't hear anything. Listening real hard. Don't hear anything. Okay. Well, let's go back. Let's go to 15 megahertz, which is probably a good frequency for this time of day. Whoops, I didn't get the 1 in. Okay, we'll try this over. We'll try 5 megahertz. Nothing there, of course. 1, 5, 1, 2, 3. Enter. Volume up. Nothing there. I think this test is going to be a bust. Again, band conditions have changed on me. Pretty weak, even using the external antenna. Yeah, just for the heck of it. Let's hook up my little loop antenna, and we'll have to use the adapter because this radio does not have quiet down. You can't hear me with you, Pastor. This radio does not have a external antenna jack, so I have to use my adapter. And I'm not going to use the amplifier. I'm just going to use I'm not going to use the amplifier for the loop antenna. I'm just going to use the bare loop antenna, and then we'll bring this down so that I can get a small section of the telescopic antenna to hook to. And volume back up. See, I must have hit the camera. And there's nothing at 15 megahertz. Try 10. Nothing on 10 megahertz. Alright, whoops, we'll go one step more. So I straighten everything up so that I messed up. And we'll put in the loop amplifier controller in the circuit. And you can see this antenna increase the signal level and noise, but there's no signal there. Okay, so this goes here, and this goes in here, and then we'll turn the power on, and we'll tune it, and there's no help. So guess what? Band conditions are still terrible. They were good there for a short period. They were good there for a short period of time. Using my, well, let me try that. One last try. Let's see, I don't have an alligator clip handy, so we'll do it manually, and let me see if I can salvage anything out of this video. I've got my, let me turn this off. I've got my connection for my external outside antenna here. And I don't have an alligator clip, so I'll just use my hand, and we'll turn the volume back up, and we'll connect this. Let me zoom back out. Okay, I'm going to hold this on the antenna. There it is. Very weak is WWV on 10 megahertz. We'll go to 15. Actually, just the extra capacitance of my finger helps. Okay, let's go to 15. There's 15 megahertz. And as you can see, it's coming in pretty good. Now, one last test before I completely give up here, turn that off, is let me turn my Grundig, so you're there in the background. My Grundig radio is tuned to 15 megahertz. And I have no antenna now because it's on the external, and I've got the external switch to the other radio. So let me go to internal, and I'll extend the internal antenna, and as you can see, even my Grundig in these conditions is not picking up anything. So it's not the fault of this radio as far as using its whip antenna. It's just that conditions are not that good, so the signal level is not that good, and when I try to use the whip antenna on either radio with the noise that's in my office right now, it basically can't receive at all. So if you could judge anything by this test, be it what it is that when the G2 was using its whip antenna and compared to the Grundig 750, it was basically on a par. So not a very conclusive test, but at least I got some testing done. And I'll have to just wait for another good time to test it again. So if you have any comments, keep them to yourself, because I know this is not that good of a test. Anyway, should I ask you, if you like the show, to give me a thumbs up? I tried. Bye-bye.